All right, everyone, welcome back into another NFL DFS video. Going to be breaking down the Sunday night showdown here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. I actually kind of think this could end up being a sneaky good spot for us. I really like a lot of the Vikings players that we can be on, and really we're depending, the slate is a little bit dependent on whether or not Jake Ferguson ends up being active in this game. If he is out, we're going to have some pretty massive value as well. Going to break that all down to you guys, give you guys my first look build, and compare that against the 9-5 lineup builder. So with that, let's go in and get into it. So I do want to start off with a quick look at the point spread. The Cowboys are 5.5 point favorites, which I do find interesting. That's basically Vegas saying that the Dallas Cowboys strength with their offense is going to be better than the Minnesota Vikings strength with their defense. Or that pretty much says that J.J. McCarthy is going to struggle. I actually think J.J. McCarthy is going to do fine. But really what we care about is going to be the points, okay? So this is a 47.5 total point game. So it should be a higher scoring game. So we like that there. So now we just go ahead and get into some of those Minnesota Vikings players. I really think this slate is going to be a slate in which we want to be getting to either J.J. McCarthy, Justin Jefferson, or Jordan Addison in the captain spot. That to me is the route to go. They get the best matchup. You had J.J. McCarthy look pretty sharp last week. They didn't really need him to do much either, okay? So with the Dallas Cowboys being 5.5 point favorites, if we get that version of J.J. McCarthy, he should be able to go off for even more. I mean, he only had to throw the football 23 times. If we can get that closer to 32 times, I think we would probably get around 20 DFS points out of him. Now, that could end up sounding like a terrible take. After this game's over, people be like, what an idiot. I get that, okay? Because he has really looked pretty bad most of the season, okay? But I really like the offensive game plan that the Vikings had, where they were kind of established in the past by establishing the run. And so I do think we also want to begin to one of the running backs as a flex play. Now, that being said, I do think with this being a primetime game, I just think Justin Jefferson is due to have a big game. And so I'm personally kind of betting on that. And it's pretty crazy that we can get him at this cheap of a price tag. Okay, flex is 8.8, right? That's crazy. Now, that being said, it could easily end up being a Jordan Addison game as well. I like getting to either of those two as the captain plays. Those are going to be my top two highest exposed. But I really think we're just kind of playing all three of them. Okay, it was a tight end game last week for the Vikings. I think because we saw it be more of a tight end game last week, that it's actually just going to flip. That being said as well, guys, we do need to call out the tight ends as well. So TJ Hawkinson, I've been calling wash for some time now. He did end up scoring a touchdown in that game, but he is basically splitting snaps with Josh Oliver, which is why TJ Hawkinson's pretty cheap. But Josh Oliver is also probably too cheap. It's not a perfect play. It's not an ideal play. He hit 2 touchdowns. Okay, good there. But we're not expecting that every single game. Although he does have that touchdown upside as well. I don't mind him as a pump play, but really what I think we're trying to get to is get either Jordan Mason or Aaron Jones correct. Now, if this is a game where they're going to be playing from behind, you would totally expect Aaron Jones to be used in the passing game, and I think that's where the value is for him. So I'm going to be getting to him the most over Jordan Mason. Now, I also do kind of think the Vikings could be in this game a little bit more than Vegas thinks, so probably Mason. He's a little bit touchdown dependent. I don't think we want to play both of those two together. Now, for Dallas, this is where it does get much more difficult because Dallas, their offense is facing a very good Vikings defense, right? That being said, there are going to be some big plays to be had, and Dak Prescott has looked extremely good this year for the most part. There's a little bit of a dull stretch in there where he was struggling. CeeDee Lamb was a little bit banged up, and so I do really like Dak in the spot. I do think he's going to go off. He's the player I want to get to the most for the Dallas Cowboys, and then I want to get to Javonte Williams. Now, I'm probably clicking on Javonte Williams first due to the pricing difference, but it's only $1,000 price difference, right? So anytime we can get to a quarterback over or a running back, I do think we tend to want to do that. And so just right here, guys, we could get to Brandon Aubrey, and this is a pretty decent build. I would love to be able to get to a Vikings pass catcher, though, instead. The issue is that we're kind of capped out. There's no other pass catcher we can get to because it's so top-heavy for them, because we'd either play CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens. Now, I expect CeeDee Lamb to have a good game. George Pickens coming in off of a pretty terrible game where he just had a lot of mental lapses, very strange game. Maybe he goes off. But I do want to talk about Jake Ferguson as well. I'm kind of expecting him to play, but if he sits, this is where we're going to get our value on the slate. So one, I think Hunter Lumpke would actually be used in the passing game a little bit more so in replace of Jake Ferguson a little bit. Like, I wouldn't guarantee that by any means, but he should be on the field a little bit more. That being said, we do know that Luke Schoonmaker would be the player that would benefit the most if Jake Ferguson is out, and he would almost become like a core play at his price tag because he'd be too cheap if Jake Ferguson does end up sitting. So guys, this is kind of going to be the first build for you guys, but I am very curious as to what the 9-5 data is also telling us is going to be the best build. So let's go ahead and pull that up here. And I'm really not going to do much to this guy. It's going to bump up the min fantasy point projection, going to force QB stack with the pass catcher. And this will be something that, again, as the day progresses, we'll know whether or not Jake Ferguson is going to be in or out. I'm just going to run 20 lineups here, see what spits out to us. And top build, Jake Ferguson, I don't like that. But then Dak, CeeDee Lamb, Aaron Jones, Aubrey, Naylor. Naylor's fine as a punt play. I actually think both kickers are certainly in play on the site. I might even set a rule where we're going to get to one of the kickers in all of our builds. I think that does end up being a good spot to go. And then based off of total ownership, CeeDee Lamb, JJ McCarthy, Jefferson, Jones, Aubrey. This lineup I think is spectacular. Looks very good. Tough to really beat this lineup, okay, because we are getting JJ with JJ. You're getting Lamb, who I do really like. Maybe not as much in the captain. I'd probably go Jefferson over CeeDee Lamb. Maybe we could pay up elsewhere, but I do like the idea of getting to both kickers there as well. Simple, quick, and easy video here for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Go ahead and head on over to the 9-5 Sports YouTube channel as well to check out the prop betting video for the Sunday night game here. I have that already posted there for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck, and as always, let's keep cashing.